Hi, my name is Kathy Margolin. I'm an acupuncturist, an herbalist, and I own an herb business. But I'm not here to sell you anything. Today, I want to talk to you as a mom because I'm in the biggest battle of my life. I'm trying to save my daughters. And I didn't know who to turn to at first, so I turned to myself and I started doing research. And if you care about your life or your daughter's lives, stay with me for a couple minutes and watch this. If not, then click off now and trust somebody else. But I've got to tell you what I found. Now, this all started with an article that I read on the Dr. Oz website, and the article is entitled, "When Period Pains Cramp Your Daughter's Style." And in this article, the Dr. Oz and his writer say there's only two answers for young girls' menstrual cramps, and they are the over-the-counter painkillers, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, that kind of thing, or birth control pills, oral contraception. And I want to say, please, Dr. Oz, and anybody out there listening, there's so much more you can do for young girls' menstrual cramps. And I want to tell you what I tell my own daughters. But first, I'd like to read you a quote that I found in doing my research. And this is a quote from a famous breast cancer doctor. His name is Dr. Larry Norton. He works at Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital in New York City. And this is what he has to say about birth control pills. And I quote, "Birth control pills are an estrogen-progesterone combination, so they bring up the same fears as HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Some disagree with me, but I just don't see a reason to take the pill, even for younger women. The fact is, breast cancer cells, at least in the formative stages, like estrogen. So the more continuously you feed them the estrogen, the greater the likelihood you'll have a malignancy." Again, this is a quote from Dr. Larry Norton, a breast cancer doctor in Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital in New York City. Now, we all know and have friends and family and people we know that have fought cancer. Some have won and some have lost. But we all want to know what our risk factors are for developing cancer sometime during our lifetime. And some women carry a gene mutation. It's called the BRCA gene, BRCA number 1 and number 2. And this gene mutation gives women a 50 to 80% greater likelihood of developing breast cancer sometime during their lifetime. Now, when we put young girls on oral contraception, we don't even know if they carry this gene mutation. So we may be increasing their risk factors for cancer. I want to talk about other places where I did my research. One's called the Breast Cancer Fund. This book is their book. You can find it at breastcancerfund.org. They're a nonprofit organization, and they put together this book called The State of the Evidence, which is all kinds of studies and evidence about risk factors for cancer, specifically breast cancers. And here's what they say about oral contraception. Numerous studies have shown an increased risk of breast cancer in women using oral contraceptives. And they go on to say, especially those who started using birth control pills earlier in life and took them for longer periods of time. You can see why I just don't think giving young girls, especially under the age of 18, whose bodies are still developing, to give them birth control pills for menstrual cramps doesn't make sense to me. The World Health Organization has this to say. They actually declared combined estrogen, progesterone, oral contraception as carcinogenic to humans. And this you can find at the WHO website, the WHO, World Health Organization website. This was declared in 2005. This is 5 years ago. Again, I think there's so much more we can do for young girls' menstrual cramps. I'll tell you what I tell my own daughters. Stop drinking out of plastic water bottles because plastic water bottles leach a chemical called BPAs. And BPAs are endocrine disrupting chemicals. We also find BPAs in the lining of food cans. In fact, Canada just declared BPAs as a carcinogenic chemical. You can tell young girls stop microwaving food in plastic containers because that, again, leaches toxic chemicals into our food and then into our bodies. Stop eating milk and meat that's full of hormones. Reduce the amount of chemicals you get in your shampoos or your cosmetics because, again, those could be all kinds of toxic chemicals that can be endocrine disrupting chemicals. Certainly diet and exercise can help menstrual cramps. Meditation and yoga can help. What about alternative practitioners, acupuncturists, naturopaths, homeopaths, and chiropractors? They all have treatments and remedies that can help young girls' menstrual cramps. I just think there's so much more we can tell them for Dr. Oz to, then just tell young girls to use oral contraception. Do your own research. That's really what I want to say. Do your own research. But please leave me a comment after you watch this video. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you.